Hello, 5th grade. How are you? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. We are going to continue today learning a little bit more about those procedures that we were doing before, okay? The multiplication and division, okay? A little bit later we'll work with division, but we're going to start with just multiplication. I'm going to show you just a review from what we did last time, okay? So it's good to see you guys. A little bit of review from last time. All we did was just multiply our base number by our base 10 and then add the zeros. Okay, so 63 times 1,000 would have been 63,000. 630 times 1,000, well, we have 4 zeros in that case, so it would have been 630,000. Whereas 6,300 would have had how many zeros? 5. So since it would have had 5 zeros, our answer would have been 6,300,000. Okay, so that's a little bit of review from last time. Let's go to page 23 in our Prime 5A book, and let's do a couple of the problems together. Okay, I'm going to minimize this so you can see the screen. We're going to do these problems together just so that we are all on the same page, literally. Okay, so let's do the first one. 93 times 4. Well, 93 times 4 is going to give us the same thing, the same base number as 93 times 40, and 93 times 400, and 93 times 4,000. So we can actually just do this problem once, and then figure out how many times we're multiplying by that base 10. If it's 10, or 100, or 1,000, okay, whatever it might be. So let's do that together. 93 times 4. I'm going to do it right over here in the corner, just so you can see it a little bit better. 93 times 4. 4 times 3 is 12. So 4 times 3 is 12. Carry our 1. Now we're in our tens column. 9 times 4 is 36. If you don't remember, make sure you use your multiplication tables. 9 times 4 is 36, plus 1 is 37. Okay? So we're going to actually put 372 in our number right here and in the next couple of problems as well. Okay? Just because we already have that as our base number. 372 is going to go in each one of these blanks, okay? And we're just going to add the zeros at the end, all right? So go ahead and plop those right into the number blanks. Now, since we don't multiply by a base 10 in the first problem, it's just 4, our answer is 372. That's going to be our final answer. Now with this one, letter B, we are multiplying by a base 10. 40 is just 4 times 10. And since 10 has one number in the in 1 0, okay, we have 1 0 right there. We're going to add 1 0 into our answer. So our answer is 3,720. Let's look at letter C. With letter C, we have how many zeros? 2. So we're going to add 2 zeros into our answer. Since 400 has 2 zeros, 1, 2, we're going to add 2 zeros into our answer. 1, 2. So our answer actually is 37,200. That's our final answer. Okay, if you want to put that space in there just so you can understand the number better. What about the last one? Well, this one is a base 10, but it's got 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can see those right there. Okay, 3 zeros. So I'm going to add 3 zeros into my answer. Okay, just like I have 3 zeros here. Just change the color so you can see that. 3 zeros right here. I'm going to add 3 zeros into my answer. So my answer is 372,000. Okay, so that's going to be our final answer. All right, I'm going to clear this page, and we're going to do a couple more problems on the next part. Okay, so clear. And let's go to page 23 on the bottom. Okay, these problems are going to be a little bit more difficult, maybe a little more complex. They don't have the same base number, so that's going to make it a little bit more complex. Oops, erase that again, sorry. Erase, here we go. Okay, let's pick blue this time. All right, here we go. 43 times 60. Well, I know that 43 times 60 is going to give me the same thing, the same base number as 43 times 6. And then I'm just going to add that 0 way at the end, okay? So let's do that. 43 times 6. If you want to do it right away, 43 times 60, you can do that too. You can multiply times 60 if you want, okay? I just need to remember to add that 0 way at the end. So 6 times 3 is 18. 4 times 6 is 24, plus 1 is 25. Okay, so here's my number, 258. And I can't remember, or I can't forget that I need to put my 0 in its place. Okay, so since I'm multiplying by a base 10, 6 times 10 equals 60. Okay, I need to add that 0 into my answer. 2,580 is my final answer. 2,580. Okay, cool. Let's do the next one. 392 times 800. Again, I'm going to just multiply by the two numbers and then add the 0 at the way end, okay? So I'm going to take 8 times 392. 392 times 8. Here we go. 2 times 8 is 16. So 6 on the bottom, 1 on the top. 9 times 8 is 72, plus 1 is 73. And then we have a 7 on the top, so 8 times 3 is 24, plus 7 is 31. Okay, so our final part of the answer is going to be 3,136. But we're not finished yet. 3,136. Now you'll notice I put a little bit of a blank right there, okay? And that's because I know that we have 2 more zeros that we need to add into our problem. Those 2 zeros need to be put into my problem. So 0, 0, okay? My final answer is going to be, and move this down so I can, there we go. Our final answer is 313,600, okay? Cool. I would like you to pause the video, and I'd like you to do the other 2 problems that are on the bottom, letters C and D. All right, hopefully you paused the video and you did those problems. We're going to check our answers very quickly, okay? I'm going to do 72 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 1 is 36. 360 is going to be in my problem. And then I'm just going to see how many zeros I have left over that I did not use from my base. Let's add purple, why not? Here we have 3 zeros, so I'm going to plop those 3 zeros into my answer. Your final answer is going to be 360,000. Oops. 300. Oops, let me try that again. Ugh, won't let me do that. 0, 0. I don't know why. It won't let me erase things on the text. So 0, 0, 0. 360,000 is your answer. Let's try that next one. This one might be a little bit more difficult because it had that 0 in that 10 spot. So 805. And with this one, I'm actually going to, let's multiply by the whole number, okay? I'm gonna teach you a trick. 805 times 3, but this time I'm going to let my zeros kind of hang over the edge. I'm going to teach you something, okay? Let me teach you something. Let me put those 3 zeros over the edge. 1, 2, 3. You see those right there? Those 3 zeros kind of hanging over the edge? This one looks like a 6. Let me try to make it into a, whatever. Okay. I'm going to just bring those zeros down into my answer just right away. Okay? It's the same thing as just adding them at the end like we've been doing. And then I'm just going to multiply like normal. Okay, 5 times 3 is 15. 0 times 3 is 0, plus 1 is 1. And 8 times 3 is 24. So my final answer is going to be 2,415,000. See if I can get that right in this blank right here. There we go. 2,415,000. Okay. Let me actually do that on the calculator just to see if we got our correct answer for both of those. It's good to use a calculator to check your answers if you know how to use it. Okay, so let's check that letter C first. So we had 72 times 5,000 equals 360,000. Perfect, that's correct, that adds up. And the last one, 805 times 3,000 equals 2,415,000. So we did that correct as well. Okay, let's go on to page 24. I'm going to clear everything on the screen. We're going to go to page 24. Get rid of this. There we go. Page 24. Now these problems are going to be a whole lot easier because we're doing something called estimating. Okay, estimating is just making the number a whole lot easier to understand. You remember that from 4th grade. You even did it in 3rd grade. So it says estimate, page 24. 327 estimated out just equals 300. We're going to estimate that to the nearest 100. And 47 estimated is 50. So if I know that 3 times 5, oops, what did I just do? Let's try that again. I just added a bunch of pages. I don't know why. Toqué el teclado y ahora... Ay, voy a ver. Un momento. Gracias por su paciencia. Get rid of this. There we go. Back to that problem. Okay, we have... nope. Let's try that again. 300 is the estimation and 50 is the estimation. Okay, so if I know that 3 times 5 equals 15, then I know that 300 times 50 is going to have 15 in the answer blank, but then I'm gonna make sure that I'm adding up the zeros that are left over. Okay, so we see 2 zeros here and we see 1 0 right here. So I'm going to add those 3 zeros into my problem. Okay, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Our final answer is approximately 15,000. Okay, all right. Oops. 15. Oh boy, I got to figure out how to do that text tool. 15. Text tool is not working for me. Here we go. 15,000. Okay. Let's do letter B. Okay. Letter B is a lot more difficult. But remember, we're estimating. So as long as we know that, we can change 78 to 80 and 586 to what? 600. Well, if I know 8 times 6 equals what? Yep, 48. I'm just going to put 48 in my problem right here. And then I'm going to count the zeros. 1, 2, 3 zeros. We're going to have 3 zeros in our answer. If we do 78 times 586, I wonder if we'll come up with a number, an answer that's close to 48,000. Let's find out. 78 times 586 gives us 40. Ugh, that's not correct. Did I do that incorrectly? 70, 600. Nah, it's approximate. If we would have rounded it more to the nearest 10, like 590 instead of 600, we would have gotten a closer answer. But that's pretty accurate. Okay, at least we have 5 digits in both problems, so that's pretty accurate. You might say, oh, I don't know, but we did round up to both problems, which makes sense that we got an estimate that is rounded way up. Okay, so it's approximate. It's approximate. That works. Let's do the next problem, letter C. I would like you to do this on your own. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause the video, and you're going to do letter C and D on your own to check the answers at the end. Okay, you should have paused the video. So what we're going to do is we're going to check that, letter C and D. I'm going to actually get rid of this. Let's see, let's get rid of that. and make this bigger, okay? By doing letters C and D, you should have multiplied 30 times 700. I know that 3 times 7 is 21. So 30 times 700 would have had how many zeros? 3. So my answer should have been 21,000. That should have been your actual answer. I can't write on the screen while I'm doing that. So your answer should be 21,000. Okay, 21,000. Okay, and your answer for letter D should have been 4,000 times 50. Well, 4 times 5 is 20. Okay, and then we need to add how many zeros? 4 zeros. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. 200,000. I'm going to do that problem just so that you guys can understand what had happened. You might have gotten a number like 20,000 because you forgot to add those extra zeros. So let's actually do these together. This is going to be 4,000, and this is going to be 50. Okay, if I multiply that together, I'm going to come up with 4 times 5, which equals 20. Okay, I'm going to cross those numbers off just so you can see the zeros that are left. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So we're going to add those 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So we get 200,000. Okay. For the next class, we are going to go to page 24, but not for today. I'm just going to erase everything. We are done with this lesson. We skipped page 24. This is a really great game to play if you want to understand a little bit more about factoring, okay? And then last time we also played the game, the Ninja game. So this first one is on Google Classroom. It's enrich.maths.org. Okay, and then the next one is ABC Ya. Let me make that a little bit bigger so you can see that. abcya.com. Okay, those are really great games. But just to practice with those exponents, we played a Kahoot. Okay, so just learning about exponents, learning about base numbers, multiplying by tens, multiplying by thousands, just so we understand that a little bit better. Okay, so it's been great. And we will see you during the next class, boys and girls. Thank you.